Hey.
Welcome everybody.
Hello, Reignite family.
What's up? Welcome to Marshall and Tiffany's YouTube live stream. We are so happy to be able to come to you guys in this manner.
Yes.
Oh, man. Our show is called Let's Talk About It. We're coming to you every Tuesday at 7 p.m. If something changes, we'll let you know at the beginning of the week.
Yeah.
But anyway, 7 every Tuesday. Let's talk about it. So we're gonna try to channel our efforts all over the map when it comes to subject material.
Yeah.
Oh man. So what kinds of content will you find when you come here? What kind of content can they find when they come on with us?
It could be things from your relationships. It may be things about kids.
Mm-hmm.
We could be talking about things maybe from your jobs, family.
Yes. So we're going to schedule maybe 20, 30 minutes to give you power-packed information. We may even go past 30 minutes. I don't know, but that's the scheduled time. 20 to 30 minutes of giving you some great content. So we really want to focus for the next few months on relationships, all kinds of situations that come from relationships. And so we're going to have a real conversation.
Yeah.
And of course, we're going to give you a biblical perspective on whatever it is that we're talking about. Do you want to let them know for the next few minutes what we're going to discuss? Oh my gosh. Are y'all ready? If you're ready, put ready in the chat.
Yeah, say something to us. Say a hello. Say we're ready. Something so we know that you're out there.
Yes.
So for tonight, the thing that we want to tackle that we feel like everybody faces on a daily basis, on an hourly basis, if we're honest, is we're going to be talking about distractions.
Yes.
Distractions.
Yes. Oh my gosh. She's already distracting me, y'all. If I look over there, I'm like, oh my gosh, I'm losing my train of thought. You know, it's hard. You know, I'm a pastor, but we're not preaching here.
Yeah.
We're just talking about the different subjects that we bring and the different things that you guys deal with. So distractions. Somebody type in the chat, distractions with some fire. Here we go. The definition that I found of distraction, Tiffany's going to share what she's found, but my definition I found was a distraction can be anything that takes your attention away from what you're supposed to be doing. A distraction can be good or bad. A distraction, babe, can be right or wrong. Sometimes I don't want to be right. I want to be wrong.
Yes.
I don't know about you.
And sometimes you want to be right, but unfortunately you end up wrong.
Yes. So what do you have as far as definition? What did you find? She's going to give you more of the proper definition.
No, something that I just thought caught my attention. I mean, because we all kind of know that, a distraction is something that diverts your attention.
Yeah.
But I found a definition of distraction and I was like, oh, wow, I like how that sounded. So what I found says, a distraction is the process of diverting the attention of an individual or a group from a desired area of focus and thereby blocking or diminishing the reception of desired information.
Man. So I can be distracted.
Yes.
We can be distracted.
As a group.
As a church, Reignite family. Yes. We all can be distracted together. You know, thinking we need to do this and God hasn't called us to that.
Yes.
Oh my gosh.
And let me just say something real quick. You said as a church, we can be distracted. A number of us serve on the praise team every Sunday.
Yeah.
And I think that we can all say for the praise team, the media, the sound people, I think we can say that a lot of times on Sunday morning, we get distracted.
Oh wow! How do y'all get distracted as a praise team?
Well, because a lot of the different things that we experience on a Sunday morning. The thing is a lot of times people see things online and they see what's kind of like a finished product.
Oh, yeah.
But you don't see what goes into making that product. And there's a lot of things that happen that you were not expecting.
Yeah.
Things that worked, all of a sudden they don't work.
Yeah.
And you have 10 minutes to go live.
Happens.
Yes. You have mics that are going out. You have visuals that all of a sudden don't want to play.
Oh, man.
Or things don't want to sound right. So on Sunday mornings, we can all become distracted very easily, which could hinder our worship.
Yes. And I don't know if this is distracting them, but Tiff likes to dress like me. It's a little bit of a distraction right now. Every time I peek over, now actually she was dressed first. I tried to match her tonight.
Thank you.
So can y'all see me with camouflage?
Yes.
But yes, as a group, even as a church, we can be distracted as a whole by the definition that she gave us. And I would say most of us would agree. Yeah. Most would agree that there are good distractions and there are bad distractions.
Yes.
Yeah, right?
Yes.
Yeah, they're good and bad distractions.
Yes.
Let me give you a few. Exercise is a good distraction. Not many of us do it, but exercise is a good distraction. It gets our mind back on focus, and we're able to do the things that we need to do. Yes. Laughter is a good distraction. If you're thinking we're going to be serious all the time, you're mistaken. We're going to have fun. We have fun as a couple. We have fun as Christians. But laughter, we like to laugh. If you don't have someone good in your life to make you laugh, but laugh at the right times.
Yes.
Yeah. Laughter is a good distraction. What's another one?
Listening to podcasts or songs.
Yeah, that's a good distraction.
Yes, that can be a good distraction.
Yeah.
Sometimes writing. A lot of people like to write. They like to pen their thoughts. They like to pen ideas. Writing can be a good distraction.
That's a good distraction. We can go on and on with all kinds of distractions that are good, but there are also bad distractions. Everybody say, ooh. There are bad distractions.
Yes.
Sometimes indulging in the food you love can be a distraction. Yes. You have stuff on your mind. You're watching your favorite television show, and you feel like I earned this ice cream tonight. And that indulgence, that overindulgence, will be a bad distraction.
Yeah. Obsessing over your phone or obsessing with your phone, obsessing with work.
Let's talk about it.
Yes, social media.
Say that. Yes.
Social media, whatever your poison may be with social media, whether it's Facebook, Instagram, TikTok.
Yes.
Now, again, all of these tools can be good tools, but they can become distractions if you're not careful and you find yourself looking up and 6 hours have gone and all you've done is surf somebody else's pages, seeing how many likes you've gotten, looked at comments that people have made, looked at photos that people have posted, and it's gotten you off track with feeling bad about yourself or whatever it may be. So
comparing yourself on your worst day to somebody's best day, that's all made up and posted online.
Yes.
You got their highlight reel, but you don't see the behind the scenes.
Yes.
My gosh, social media will mess you up.
Yes.
Matter of fact, we did a regroup one time. I want to say about a year or two ago, and in the regroup, our study was over talk time or social time, screen time on social media. Yes, to be exact, screen time. Yeah. And we found that there's a section on your phone where you can look at your screen time and see how distracted you've been for the week.
Yes.
Don't do that if you're not prepared. That's like having a dirty home and turning the lights on. If you're not ready, you might see something you don't want to see.
Yep, very true. Very, very, very
Oh my gosh.
Yep.
Oh gosh.
Always. Another thing is if turning to alcohol, that could be a bad, unhealthy distraction. Something interesting else that I found while we were coming up with this topic of distractions, I found it interesting. A website said, as far as for Christians, but I think specifically it could be even for non-Christians. One of the distractions that they said that people can have, bad distractions, is everyday worries.
Oh, man.
Yeah. And I think that, especially in the world we live in today, if we're honest, I think everyday distractions, that's something that we all have.
Man,
no matter what you're
doing.
Put
your hand up in the chat if you had, but somebody need to put both hands. I know some of you that are listed right now. Some of you need to put both hands if you have everyday distractions. It's a battle, but you overcome it. But they're there, everyday distractions.
I mean, it could be,
thanks for being honest in the chat.
Yeah, it could be things simple as just going through your routine of getting up, getting kids ready, making lunches, getting out of the door on time, to drop kids off, to get to work, to do your work schedule. Things don't go right at work. So everyday worries can be a distraction. And I know my hand can go up because yesterday was a distraction for me.
Oh my gosh.
With trying to finalize how to do this and also watching my sweet little grandbaby, and having a husband that's
go ahead, let's talk about it.
That's getting a little antsy,
high strung. Go ahead and say high strung,
and making you become antsy. But I'm also thankful for when I do get distracted with everyday worries, I have people that can also calm me down and help me to look at things in perspective. But that's one of the things. Another thing that I saw was hectic routines and commitments.
Man.
Whew.
Wow.
Now,
hectic routines.
Yes, hectic
so
routines.
We have stuff that we bring on ourselves.
Yes.
Routines are something that we allow to happen.
Yes.
So we allow distractions.
Yes.
Oh my gosh. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
And unfortunately, the last thing that was mentioned was ourselves being a distraction.
Come on.
And I know some people say, well, how can I be a distraction to myself? Or how can I be a distraction?
Yeah.
And that's, I mean, it is a true thing that can happen because if you realize all of us are sinful by nature.
Yes, we are.
And therefore we want to just naturally do sinful things and the things that we shouldn't do. And those things can be distractions that pull us and lead us away from what God wants us to do or what he has for us to do. So even we can be a distraction for ourselves.
Yeah, family, there are many kinds of distractions. It's not so much what we do as a distraction, but it's why we do it. As Tiffany said, routines, why do you do what you do? Why do you, in my example, eat ice cream at night while you're watching TV and you can't keep track of your spoon count? Why do we do that? Why do we do what we do? And that's where we go wrong when it comes to distractions. So if we're going to be distracted, let's have healthy distractions. Let's have good distractions in our lives. Did you know that outside of the love for Jesus, Tiffany's passion for me sometimes can be a distraction? Put one right here. Her passion for her brother sometimes can be a distraction. I'm just saying. I've heard her say, she won't tell you all this, but I've heard her say many times, I'm preaching. If I do a certain thing or whatever, she may lose it on the front row. I'm praying for her. I'm praying for her.
Sorry.
What does the Bible say? What does the Bible say about those who are married? Did you know marriage, as I alluded to, marriage can be a distraction? Because in marriage, you have divided interests. And I want you to put some fire in the chat if you know that's true. You can be married and have divided interests. If you don't have divided interests, somebody's faking it.
Yes.
Somebody is faking it.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
Paul wrote in 1 Corinthians chapter 7, verses 34 and 35. We're coming from the NLT version.
Yes.
But it says in verse 34, his interests are divided. Right there, it says it.
A husband's interests are divided.
His interests are divided. In the same way, a woman who is no longer married or has never been married can be devoted to the Lord and holy in body and in spirit.
Man, come on.
But
that next verse, though.
Yes. But a married woman has to think about her earthly.
Go on, say what I put there. A married woman has to think about her earthly what?
Her earthly daddy.
I added that to the word. I was going to see if she was going to say it. A married woman has to think about her earthly
responsibilities.
Daddy.
Her earthly responsibilities.
Daddy.
And how to please her husband.
That's right. But this is the next verse. And this is what made us go this way when it came to distractions.
Verse 35 says, I am saying this for your benefit.
This is the Apostle Paul.
Yes. Not to place restrictions on you. So I'm going to say that again. I'm saying this for your benefit, not to place restrictions on you.
Yeah.
I want you to do whatever will help you to serve the Lord best with as few distractions as possible.
Man. With as few distractions as possible. You can be married and you can be single.
Yes.
You can be single. All the single ladies, you can be distracted too.
Yeah.
We're going to talk about it.
Yeah, that's right.
This doesn't mean that singles are more devoted Christians.
Right.
And all singles sit up right now. If you're watching right now, all the single ladies, single guys, you're not more devoted.
Yes.
You're not more devoted Christians.
Yes.
Let's just say we're not more. You're not more devoted, but you have something else that trips you up. And I want to talk about that next.
The text is just pointing to the fact that marriage is a beautiful distraction.
Yeah.
So are we supposed to be distracted if we're married?
Absolutely, yes.
Yes, you should be. You're going to be. If you're married, you're going to be distracted. We're supposed to be concerned about the one who made covenant with and our vows too. So we're supposed to also be concerned about the God that has our covenant, the one that's over us. We have to be worried about God also. But we do have to be worried about our marriage and if our marriage is facing distractions. If that makes sense.
We're supposed to be concerned about our covenant and our vows. So absolutely we're supposed to cover. If your spouse isn't covering, you may have a jacked up marriage.
Let's call it a messy marriage.
A messy marriage. Jacked up.
Let's just say it's a messy marriage.
All you have to do is devalue your spouse.
You can also disregard your spouse.
Come on.
That can lead to a messy marriage.
Or neglect the feelings, neglect their feelings over your own. And over time, bam! You're single, baby.
Unfortunately.
You're single.
And it's when it comes to marriage, it's, how do I want to say this?
It's a relationship challenge.
Yes. God gave you your spouse and gave you your relationship that you're in, but he does not want you to have distractions against your marriage. But most importantly, in my eyes, he doesn't want your spouse to distract you from him, from God. So it's a dance that you have to do, and it's a balance that you have to have. So I'm not saying if you're married, devote all your time to God like you're single, because then you won't be married.
Not for long.
But also,
and we want you to make it for the long haul.
But also, if you are married and you do want to consider not tossing God to the side, because I know, a lot of people may feel like, oh, well, I wish that my spouse didn't go to church, or I wish my spouse didn't spend so much time in church, or things like that. But you need to look at it as it's probably your spouse
that's keeping things together.
That's keeping things together and probably keeping a covering over you.
And a lot of us can say as husbands, thank God for a good spouse. My gosh.
Yes.
But all the single ladies, I haven't forgotten you. We're coming back to you. We're coming to you live and in full effect. Let's talk about it. All the single ladies.
Yes.
If you're a single person, you have to be locked in as well.
Yes.
You have to say, God, what do you require of me in this season of my life, in this moment of my life, in this time that I have that's available to you? What do you require of me? Yes. Single ladies, put your hands up in the chat. Yes. We're coming at you. Because singles, you have to be aware of the quicksand of selfishness.
Yes.
The quicksands of selfishness is deep.
Ooh, yeah.
And you don't want to find yourself with only your hands showing because you done allowed it all to be about you.
Yeah.
And then it takes so much time to recover because when you're in the quicksands of selfishness, yes. You can only be found when somebody's looking.
Yes.
Come on!
Yes. Yes.
Oh my gosh.
Yes. So, and also, selfish people tend to not want to lose.
Yes.
Either.
Oh my gosh.
Unfortunately.
Oh my gosh. If this is good, everybody, I need to see more fire in the chat. I need to see fire across the screen. What is going on? I love you guys.
Now
we're giving you our best stuff.
You may say, well, what do you mean selfish people don't want to lose? Like, I don't care if I lose at a basketball game, or I don't care if I lose at, something, I don't know. I can't think of it right now, but, if you lose at things. But some people with selfish people, single people are selfish at times because what they don't want to lose is they don't want to lose their time.
I see y'all in the chat.
They don't want to lose their time.
Yes.
They also don't want to.
Because their time is valuable, baby.
Well, yes.
Because their time is valuable. And we all know that time, once it's gone, once we log off, we can't get that 7 o'clock till now back.
Yes.
And so single people, time is valuable to them.
Yes.
They have a lot of time, it may seem, but they may be devoting their time to other things.
Yes.
And God's saying, squeeze me in there, baby, squeeze me in there.
Yep. Yep. And also, they don't want to lose money.
Why don't they want to lose money?
Well, because you you earned it.
You spend a lot of time
earning it.
Yeah.
And when you're single, you're the only source of income. So you definitely are, you want to be more wise with it. But you also have to remember who's the person that blessed you with the job. So you have to have faith in them on your money. Yeah. And then also too, don't get distracted with your money. Don't get distracted with your time. Yeah. A lot of times I know a lot of people that have been single, and when they have the opportunity to be in a relationship, they're like,
Yeah. Oh my gosh. Yeah.
Because they
can take it or leave it.
Yes.
Because they're used to their singleness.
Yes. They've gotten used to being single.
And your singleness have become a distraction.
Yes.
Because now you're no longer good for another person in that season, but you're really probably not even good for God.
Yeah.
Because it's all about you getting the bag. We talked about the bag Sunday.
Yes.
You're all about getting the bag. Somebody put the bag, and that's where Anderson, I saw you. Yes. Because they're all about the bag.
Yes.
Man. So what if we told you, while you're online, what if we told you that there are 2 types of major distractions? Before we let you go, we're not going to put you all on the cliff and then leave you at the end of the cliff. We're going to give you something to back you up from distractions. Yeah.
For both groups,
married and single.
Yes. For the married and single, we've identified information that we want to share with you. And number 1 is that we want to share with you is we want to talk about the distractions that you can't control.
Yes, there are some distractions that you can't control.
Yes.
They're just in our lives. They're in your life. They're in my life. Yes. And they're just there. Everybody's going to have them. Yes. We're going to give you a few.
Yes, you could be out in public somewhere, like maybe a Starbucks, a Panera, doing your thing, doing your work, whatever, your school, and then people are all of a sudden talking loud. Distraction.
Or that person that finds themselves in a grocery store, Walmart, Farm Fresh, Harris Teeter, wherever you are, your neck of the woods, Piggly Wiggly, back in the South, down South. You're in a grocery store and you're trying your best to get everything on your list. Because if you go home, your wife's going to trip if you get the wrong wrong stuff, the not name brand stuff. And then you got somebody over there coming through there on their phone, got their phone on speaker in the store. Distraction.
Yeah.
Distraction.
Yeah.
You can't help those kind.
Also, you can't control when you have those required work meetings.
Yes.
That are in the middle of your busy schedule, that you have 100 things that you need to get done, but I have to stop because I have a required work meeting.
Right.
You also cannot control a crisis with a child.
Man.
You can't control when that's going to happen. You don't know when your child can bump into something, fall down, hurt themselves.
You can be asleep. I done work till like 8 o'clock. And I got stuff to get done. And now I'm trying to get myself settled for the evening, going to bed. I got 6 hours on tap ahead of me. And all of a sudden, that little crumb snatcher come running in the room.
Yes.
And now you only got 4 hours for the evening. You can't control the crisis of kids.
And that's also talking about, since we're talking about what you can't control and we're setting crisis with a child, some people that are single and don't have children, you may have the kids that are pets. You can't control those distractions either. When they wake you up in the middle of the night with whining or wanting to go outside or whatever the case may be. Some of us that are single and that have adult children, some of us that are married and we have adult children, they can be distractions.
Adult children distractions should be a sin. They should only get two distractions as adult children over the age of 21. And on the third one, they should not be required to knock on your door anymore.
3 strikes, you're out.
3 strikes, you're out. You're somebody else's problem as adult children.
Don't get me wrong, though.
We love our adult children.
Kids are a beautiful distraction.
That's a disclaimer.
They're probably watching. Let's put it that way. They're a beautiful distraction. But they are one that you can't control. So we've put them in that category. There are even fun distractions that you can't control. I know some people are like, a fun distraction, I can't think of anything that's fun. That's a distraction. What about those invitations that you get to hang out?
You planned on working on your sermon and having it completed by a certain day. And yet you cannot avoid the invitation to hang out and get something done. Or people crash in the crib and they're saying, "Hey, Pastor, we love you. Hey, can you come out and play?" And you're like, I got to. I'm compelled to share my life with the family.
Yes.
And sometimes it's a distraction.
Yes.
A good distraction, but it's a distraction you can't control.
Yes. Other fun distraction things that you can't control is maybe there's a surprise party that pops up that people may want you to attend. And you have other things that you need to get done. Right. But you have someone inviting you to a surprise party. Over-treating yourself. That can be a fun distraction.
I deserve this.
Yes.
I work hard. I deserve to spend my money on such and such.
Yes. Or I spend it the way I want to.
Or I spend it the way I want to. Then you realize I didn't need those many shirts from Amazon. I didn't need that extra pair of shoes. I don't even like that color, pink.
Yes. Hobbies can be fun distractions that you can't control. Right. Even just things that you obsess over that you don't really realize. Facebook.
Yes.
Can be a fun distraction, but there's a lot of people that can obsess over it.
Yes.
Instagram.
Yes.
You can obsess over it.
Hobbies.
Yes.
Hobbies. I remember there was a time I liked to work out with weights.
Because
two of my best friends, back in the day were amateur bodybuilders, and I liked to work out, and I would spend easily 2 hours in the gym.
Yes.
And then come home. And one particular occasion, our second child was being born.
Yep.
And I was at the gym doing my thing because it was my hobby. I'm in the gym, I'm doing something good, but it was a distraction. Yeah. So these are things that will continue to be in our lives, our hobbies, work meetings and requirements and obsessions that you have, in your life that you have to take care of, or you have to adjust. But
distractions,
they will be there unless we do something about it.
Yeah, the distractions that you can't control, they're going to be there unless you do something. Like Pastor said, unless you do something about them. Because you can have distractions, like you could be working out or something and somebody stops by. And you put off the working out, or you get a phone call and you're working out, and you just go on and take the phone call and put off the working out. Even though the whole time you're talking on the phone, you're mad because you're like, oh, they just disturbed me from working out. Instead of just saying, I'm not going to take the call yet. So those things are always going to be there unless you do something. Don't take the call, like I just said. The only thing that we can control is how long we're involved and how often we decide to say yes.
Ooh. Yes.
So with the example of the working out, you can be working out and you get a phone call. That's your choice to say, yes, I'm going to answer that phone. And yes, not only did I answer the phone, if you did, you could have said, oh, well, I'm working out. Let me call you back in a few. But how long are you going to stay on that phone?
Yes. And so we have to, with those distractions that we can't control, we're trying to wrap up here in a bit. But we have to say, even with those distractions, I'm going to get back on task after the distraction is over with. So we got to be back on task. And Tiff found a beautiful quote we want to give you.
We listen sometimes on our cable channel to these music stations that just have like sounds and things like that. And not only do they have music that plays, but they have inspirational quotes that pop up. And one of them I saw today was from Mark Twain, and it said, the secret to getting ahead is getting started.
So if you get distracted, get back started again. Get back to task. Is this good, anybody? Is this good? If it's good, say it's good. Give me a thumbs up in the chat. So there are distractions we can't control, and there are distractions we can control. These are the two major we're trying to give you tonight.
And a lot of people think that distractions, well, I can't control a distraction. That's why it's a distraction. It just came on me. I didn't ask for it. I can't, I didn't ask for it. But we can control many of our distractions.
And the distractions we can control, I mean, it's an inexhaustive list. I mean, there's so many of the ones that we can control. But yet we have to just make the decision to do it. And so this is what we want to give you.
The distractions that you can control are the phone calls. Again, you may be in the middle of doing something. That's your choice. If you take the phone call. That's not somebody holding a knife to you and saying, nope, you have to take this phone call. Another distraction that you can control, it may be emails. Do you necessarily have to check the email right then and there at that very moment that you saw the notification pop up?
Sleep may be a distraction.
Sleep can be a distraction.
How can sleep be a distraction?
I will tell you how sleep can be a distraction. There are times where I know I need to get something done. Let's say it's a Sunday. I know I have to get something done.
There's a few of you out there that need this confessional.
But
on a Sunday afternoon.
Instead of doing what I know I need to get done, I'm like, I'm going to put on my pajamas. I'm going to close my dark shades in my room, and I'm going to pull back the covers and climb in the bed and just take a good old nap.
That should be a sin, to get fully in pajamas and in bed like you're going to bed for the evening on a Sunday afternoon. But there are a few of you that do that, I found out. Sleep can be a distraction.
It can. Self-rewards can also be a distraction.
Rewarding yourself over and over and over because I deserve it. I work hard. I make good money. And so you continue to reward yourself over and over again. What are you accomplishing after a while?
Because sometimes you want to reward yourself, like you said, because you did something good. And you're like, oh, well, I'm going to go treat myself to this meal. I know I have to get this shopping done, or I know I have to run these errands, but I deserve this meal. I've lost 6 pounds this week, so I'm going to have this meal to treat myself. Well, after you're done having the meal, none of the errands get done because now you're too full from the meal, and all you want to do is just have a lazy rest of your day, which is understandable. Then the other distractions that you can control, it could look like various alerts.
And these pop up all the time.
Yes, the text messages, again, the social media things that pop up, the news that may be going on or that may pop up on your phone. Some people have ESPN news on their phone. Some people have the regular CNN news on their phone. So whatever type of news it is for you, that's another distraction that you can control.
Yeah, so we're going to give you how to we're going to wrap this up with how do you deal with these distractions.
Yes.
The distractions that you cannot control,
yes.
and the distractions that you can control.
Mm-hmm.
We want to give you that.
So the solution for these is simply to plan ahead.
Mm-hmm.
Now, I know all the time, sometimes with distractions, like I said earlier, you may be in the middle of working, it's busy, somebody comes in and says, hey, I need this done. You can't plan ahead for that, obviously. But where you can plan ahead to eliminate them ahead of time.
Yeah.
We all deal with what's called productivity potholes.
Ooh. Going along and then hitting that productivity pothole and stalls you out. You're sitting there thinking about things too long. You're in your own head too long.
Yeah. Or you could be going along doing something and then you just say, oh, let me check on this one friend on social media, see what they have. And then again, before you know it, you've been on social media for hours when you only wanted to check on one thing. So,
and sometimes, since you said friend, it just triggers something in me. Sometimes a friend, even a good friend, is a productivity pothole.
Yeah, it can be.
I'm going to text you, and then I'm going to get 15 texts back.
It can be at times, yes.
You see my eyes? A productivity pothole.
Yes, it can be. And if you find yourself in a productivity pothole, what you need to do maybe is to disconnect and refocus on the task at hand.
Yeah.
Our smartphones come with so many alerts that it's just ridiculous. Let's be honest. And there's so many things that it even tells you, hey, do you want to allow notifications? Do you want to allow notifications?
Yeah.
So stay alert.
Yes.
As best as you can, stay alert. And finally, the devil also is a master deceiver of God's productivity among us as well. In 1 Peter 5, verses 8 through 9, 1 Peter chapter 5.
It starts off saying,
yes, verses 8 through 9 says, stay alert.
Exclamation point. I told you when you read the text, always ask the text, why are you saying this?
Yes.
Stay alert, exclamation point. So if you're reading the text, 1 Peter 5:8, it says, stay alert.
Yes.
Okay.
It says, watch out for your great enemy, the devil. He prowls around like a roaring lion, looking for someone to devour.
Yes.
So it tells you to beware.
Yes. And you know what we say.
If you stay ready,
you ain't got to get ready.
Yep.
All right.
So stand firm against him and be strong in your faith. And remember that your Christian brothers and sisters all over the world are going through the same kind of suffering that you are going through.
Yes. Man. The devil, it says in the text, is a great enemy.
Yes.
Great enemy.
Yes.
And we know that to be true in our lives. A lot of us have the scars to prove that he's distracted us in so many unproductive, pothole ways.
Yes.
Because unfortunately, he finds many people to devour that are consumed with their own troubles.
Yes.
And so it says that the Bible says, the book says that he goes around like a roaring lion seeking whom he may devour.
Yes.
So who's he devouring? He's devouring the weak. He's devouring the sickly. He's devouring the unproductive. He's devouring the distracted, family.
Yeah. The
distracted. But as a lion, the devil is a lion that's been defanged. Yeah. When has he been defanged? He's been defanged at Calvary.
Yes.
At Calvary, Jesus died and got the victory. Amen. And so the devil's going around like but he's defanged. Have you ever had a child? I'm closing with this. Have you ever had a child that is new to their teeth? And they like biting on things, even you.
Yeah.
And have you ever had a child bite you so good, and they'll pull back smiling? You're like, ow, and you pull back smiling, and when you pull away, they're looking at you, they're laughing, they're smiling, they're having a good time, but you're hurt. But that's not the enemy.
Yeah.
The enemy is that child that doesn't have any teeth. They're going around like this. The child doesn't have any teeth yet, but yet he's still trying to bite. And it doesn't hurt. And when they bite those bare gums on you, this child, it's almost comical. You look back and you see what they're trying to do. Yeah. And it's funny. Yeah. And when the enemy comes at us as believers, it's funny. Yeah. When he's trying to distract you. Yeah. When he's trying to distract us, when we stay alert. Yeah. Stay alert, family. Yeah. So and you can deal with the distractions.
Yeah. So in a nutshell, distractions are soft attempts that get our attention. So we have to just laugh them off and let's get back on task. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. You are an assignment, and assignments are simply a piece of work, but you're a work in progress.
Yes. So keep making progress, family.
Yes.
The distractions may come.
Yep.
But let's stay alert.
Yep.
Let me see some fire in the chat if this has been good to you. If it's good to you, let's talk about it. We'll see you next time. We love you. God bless you guys. And we'll see you next Tuesday, 7 o'clock. Share this with somebody, and we'll be happy to come to you with more content. What would you want to say, babe? I'm sorry.
No, that's okay. I was just going to say it was good seeing everybody online tonight. Mm-hmm. We want to encourage you to encourage others to subscribe to our channel. Yeah. If you know that there's people that haven't subscribed to it, encourage them to subscribe to the channel, and we will see you guys next week, Tuesday at 7 o'clock. We love you guys.
Peace.